Welcome back, everybody. This is Brother Mutant here. Today we're continuing our quest with Dorraj, the Sword Saint, and his two companions. So we're about, let's see, I think about ready to break away from the team. So we have just the four of us. So me, the two assistants, buddies, friends, former slaves, whatever you want to call them, and another. So we need to decide on what we're taking with us. Now again, just as a reminder, we are using mods in this game. The ones that are of most importance here are Bag of Tricks, Highlight Learnable Scrolls, Eldritch Arcana, and Remove Area Effects, as well as turn-based combat. I mean, there's some other stuff in here, you know, the camera rotation and the Heron Locker, but those are just for creation or for quality of life improvement type stuff. So let's actually get into it, shall we? I have, yeah, character just got two low legs. I don't remember if we've rested yet, so we should take a look at that. If we haven't, then we need to. And then we need to decide who's coming with us, as well as probably buy some camping supplies. Remember, you always want to have camping supplies with you. Now, I think we got some for free for turning stuff in. Ah, yes, we did swap those back out. I have a ring here, so just to be clear, here's our team that we could have. Now, notice some people have gear. Some people have a lot of gear. Some people just joined us. So we need to decide who's coming with, and then we need to decide if they need to have some of the gear from the characters. Like, again, a nice longsword +1 if Lindsay's not coming with. You know, that and the sword and board that she has here would be something that would be particularly useful for someone else. So we can totally do that. So let's see. So we have magic. We have all the magic 1 through 6. Some of the magic 1 through 6 in fighting. We have decent fighter as far as armor and stuff goes, and some divine magic. I don't think it's a bad idea to take either Lindsay or Harem, because again, both have the ability to heal the team, some of the team, obviously not her. So I have to be real careful with that. So she'll need to get some inflict wound spells so that she can actually heal up this teammate. Matter of fact, that's not a bad idea. I should go buy some potions before we leave the area. Let's actually do that. Bakken has for sale Cure Light Wound potions, but he also has, I want to say, Inflict Light Wounds as well. And we can use that for our undead character. Show me what you have. Pricing Ascending. Inflict Moderate, so he has the other ones too. Where are you at? Come on now. Yeah, Inflict Light Wounds. There we go. So we can buy some of these. We don't have to get a ton. You know, she doesn't have that much health. But we'll grab 5 just so we can top her off and every once in a while. And is there anything that I want to sell? That's 10 pounds of weight. And that's 140 bucks. You see the 7 parentheses 140. So that'll let you know that it's $7 a piece, 7 gold pieces a piece. And 140 for the stack, okay? And it's 0.5 pounds per bottle, and then a total of 20 bottles, so we have 10 pounds of weight on us because of this. And I'm never going to use that port. So we might as well sell it, get a little loot besides, right? And remember, we have penalties if we don't have enough cash on our character. So as you can see, we are at a penalty right now. But it's only for concentration checks, so as long as I'm careful, it's not an issue. It's the other one that's the real problem, the hedonistic one. That's the one that if you don't have enough cash on your character, that they literally take a -2 penalty to strength and dex, and that's a big owie. So I feel good about that. That's not that heavy. I'm looking for stuff that's, actually I should go by weight. That'd be smart, Brother Mutant. Weight descending order, so heaviest stuff on top. We have, wow, not that much stuff that's heavy. 40 pounds, but we need that. We have 11 pounds. Again, need that. Want to keep the Alchemist Fire. I suppose we have these books that we can get rid of. That's just dead weight that's not doing anything. And really, that's all I want to... Well, maybe we'll lighten the load for some flour. We'll get rid of a couple of them. We don't really need to have, oops, more than, say, 4 of anything, really. Just for crafting or for making a meal. Usually, you should only use like one of any item. So anytime you take a rest, you can craft a specific meal if you have the recipe for it. We only have like one or two of these recipes right now. If we have all the items, Lindsay or someone else can make us a meal. How that doesn't count towards rations, I don't know. That seems weird to me that I'm using chicken and pork and, you know, fried rice and whatever else I'm making in the meal, plus my rations, plus whatever they scrounge or hunt for, and that feeds us. We still need one per person of these rations or something similar. All that other stuff that I'm cooking doesn't count. It just makes us happy or gives us some sort of buff, you know, like you move faster, or this person's extremely ecstatic and therefore they get a bonus to their armor, stuff like that. So they are useful, but I don't really do that all that much. We'll show you how that works. I'm there. Alright, so again, we need to get back to what we're doing. What are we doing? We need to pick a teammate. So we're taking Harry, we're taking Lindsay. Honestly, we'd probably taken Harem. Sorry, Linz. We're probably taking Harem. For the fights that we're going to be doing, we're going to need some healing proper. And it doesn't matter if it's healing after the fact. So the fact that he can AoE heal the party, obviously not my undead. We need to keep them away. We need to go to this abandoned hut. We also need to get down here to the old sycamore. We have Tuskgutter's Lair, so if we look in our journal, you'll see we have all these things. Prove your worth. That's the Tuskgutter mission that can wait for quite some time. We got Tuskgutter again on here. This is part of her companion quest. So again, one of many things that everybody has to do to feel like part of your team. So again, we will do those even though they're not part of my core 3 people. We still need to go to the Fangberry Caves, but we're nowhere near the level we need to be for that, I don't think. We could do it. Get halfway done anyway, but I don't like revisiting a place if I don't have to. I want to one and done it kind of thing. So let's actually head over to this abandoned hut. That'll be the start of today's mission. These little nodes, just to show them to you here real quick. These little nodes are for when you actually have a kingdom. So when you look at these, it says kingdom resource. So if you have a kingdom map, an overland map, which I can show you like this. This is the whole area. Literally, this is how big this game is. And you'll have a kingdom that give you down here, and you'll expand to these various zones, okay? If your zone has resources in them like this, you literally have to go there, claim the resource, which costs building points or BP, and this allows you to get that resource, whatever it is. And usually that's stat buffs for your kingdom. Think of things like military bonus or community bonus, loyalty bonus, stuff of this nature. Stuff that basically makes your kingdom grow and grow better. So you really want these things. They're cheap, easy to get, they're everywhere, and they're different things. So this one here, it happens to be medicinal herbs. See if we have another one. Here's another one over here that's blackberry meadow. There's going to be more everywhere we go. So again, pretty badass. But that'll be start of chapter 2 when you really start to see that. Okay, so there is someone on the road. Get ready. So now this one, there was no option for us to evade, which means it's scripted in that you have to encounter these people. Right? Ah, these are the slavers. Not necessarily my slavers, the ones that took me on and turned my friend into the undead, but a similar group, the Technic League. A group of well-armed fighters approaches. One of them raises their voice, pointing at you. Hey, you, stop right there. Kalana, look at this one. Will he do? The group's leader lays her cold and watchful eyes on you. This one, I suppose, but I don't like his snout. She studies your companions carefully but nonchalantly as if examining goods at the market. Listen, you tramps, we're from the Technic League. Our slave died and we need a replacement. One of you will be coming with us. The rest of you are free to go. I advise against resistance. It would be a quick trick to kill every one of you. Choose now the one that you will give. In that entire paragraph, can you guess the word that you shouldn't have used for me and my companions? Because, sorry, but yeah, you about to die. No negotiations with slavers, biatch. Big mistake. For you, maybe. Now, this would be a tough fight for a team of 6, just so we're clear. So the fact that we are literally fighting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys is bad enough. They're higher level than some of our characters. But also, We have someone here, as you can see, she's getting ready to cast I think it's a she. Yeah, it's a she. She's getting ready to cast a spell, and those spells are summons, and she can summon more than one every round. She'll summon another one, and then another one, and then another one, and you get overrun quickly. So she's a problem. But we have ways around that. So first, take a look at the characters that are coming up. So Harem's turn now. Someone else already went, as you can see. They try to cause fear, and Dorraj looks like is frightened, so that could be a problem. That means I could flee here soon. Fortunately, we have one other character that can do summons as well, here and here. So these guys are going to be the ones that basically carry the team for the first early levels. Harem, I want you to move forward. I want you to all but one. Very nice work, Harem. That's a -1 to everybody's swing. Teammate friendly, by the way, so that's a really nice buff. Or debuff, excuse me. Move him up to so. This one's going to shoot. Oh, that's not cool at all. They're really going for the main. So here is our summon monster ability. Now I can do this. Now notice that their summons are different. The spell-like ability, for one. Notice that it's 1 minute per caster level. Now that doesn't mean they can't be killed in that time, or they could down Eliza. If they down her, all her summons disappear as well, which is to our benefit because that means the same principle works for her. So if we kill her, anything that she summons, poof, is magically gone. Now I can summon this, and you can see the range, and then they will get a turn. The pet that I summon, in this case a smoke folk dog. I could just as easily, though, I was hoping I could catch 3. Try to bomb some of these guys. Remember, these are automatic hit moves. They don't do a lot of damage, but again, the fact that they're auto hits pretty sweet. But the pet could come in handy, and it could take a beating for us, which is part of the reason we want pets out. Because of that, I am going to use her to unleash this guy.
Strike.
She can't attack. She's already cast her spell, so that's her turn. But she can move. Keeps that guy from rushing in on Dorraj, who's going to run away. Run away, Dorraj, run away!
Yes.
See? Same exact trick, but they're going to do multiple castings. Now here's the real game changer. The fact that Proto-Lich has the ability to summon multiple skeletons in one go. It won't last long. Her caster level is only 1 right now. So this isn't going to be like a round of combat, and then I'll have to do it again. A round of combat, I'll have to do it again. But if we could take out 2 or 3 guys this way, like that one, and the dog goes away too. Yeah.
For his failure.
Going for Dorraj, ain't you? Alright, so now that these guys are wounded, pause it to see who's wounded the most. This guy here. So let's take Harem. Smash this guy. Nope. Alright, Dorraj. Dorraj is still under the effects? No. Okay, so we're clear now. Want that on. I do want to buff my weapon. And can we charge? We can. Going for the mage. There we go. I saw a 12 hit. See, now Proto-Lich has just lost her summons. They don't last long. But she has 3 per day, so I can do that and then come down here and give some backup to Dorraj. Hopefully we can take out another one of these guys, because we've already lost one of our teammates. And that cause fear is really starting to get annoying. But I passed it this time. Harem,
your life ebbs low.
Bro, come on now. Dorraj.
This will hurt!
Not yet. 5-foot step so I can move towards these guys, because I'm going to need to do that here soon. Alright, last chance. Come on, skeleton horde.
Could be worse. And will be. Definitely will be.
There you go, Harem. Nice solid hit finally. The guy needs to die though, man.
I still got it.
Uh-oh. That's not good. Alright, so she's out of those moves, but she does have auto hit stuff. Oh, come on. That guy's still not dead? Oh, he's like a sliver.
Lost.
Oh, this is going to be annoying. Come on, Dora. We need you back on the team, bro. How did he spontaneously die? What the heck just happened? I have no idea. That dude died. I guess. Yay? I didn't do anything that I know of. But the team's down, as you can see. We have one still to finish off, this guy here. So, what we want to do is this. Boom. Now, that wasn't pretty, I'll grant you. But, for a team of 4, it's what you expect. Now, take a look, though, at our character's leveling process. I'm almost level 3 already. She's ready to ding here before too long. She needs a little bit of help. And he's already level 2, but working on level 3. So that wasn't bad. Now we got all this gear. One of the reasons I do like doing this fight, instead of just giving them someone, because you can get the someone back, by the way. They leave pretty decent gear if you take them out. And again, I don't know that you can ever kill that one character, the one that teleports away. That's their team leader. The reason I say that is because we literally... they teleport away every time, and then you're supposed to finish off the rest of the mob, and then follow that one that teleported away, which is going to happen right after we leave this zone. Now, I've checked everything on this map already once before, and nothing special happens. I am... wondering why I didn't give this ring to somebody who could definitely use it. Karen's at 18, she's at 19. Give it to the one that can be at 20. So she can be our main tank. Now she's wounded, as you can see, but again, I don't mind using pots. We're going to go by price now. There we go. And where's her? Here it is. I can do the same for myself. And Hiram. Now, remember, he does have the ability to AoE heal. That's this one here. Notice the range, and notice that it damages undead, including undead on your team. So get your teammate out of the range, so that when you fire this off, it doesn't hurt her. He doesn't do it for much. That's why I don't use it that much. So, now, before we leave the area, there's no need to buff up, because we're literally going to leave the area and run around. But we are going to buff up for one reason and one reason
Let us
only.
not hesitate.
There is a skill check. Several, in fact. And we're going to scum it up to 3 times. Hopefully we pass it. So let's quick save that mess. And here's why. Remember, we've shut XP share off. So anyone that does this skill check, and as you can see, currently it's the Lich, Proto-Lich, that can do that one. Proto-Lich that can do this one. And a lore nature check, which is the other person that needs to level up. So if they manage to get, by pure dumb luck, all 3 of these passed, and they have a decent enough chance. I mean, she's got a plus 11 to this one, plus 9 here. This one has a plus 9 here. We have a pretty good shot. It's more than a 50-50 chance that we'll make it. If they can get all 3 of these, any of them, and we will find the Technic League camp, and we get, as a team, a pool of XP as well. That should be enough to level up at least one of them. If all 3 of them get made, then I got a feeling that both Eliza and Proto-Lich will actually ding when we get to the overland map. So let's read this. The insidious henchmen of the ominous Technic League have disappeared into the thick wilderness of the mysterious Stolen Lands, but not for long. Soon we'd be upon them. First, though, we'd have to pick up their trail. To do that, we, Knowledge Arcana 20, try to understand, based on what we've seen, what kind of spell Kalana used to get away, and where it could bring her, so she teleported, basically. Failed. It's alright. Unfortunately, spell is such an elusive thing, it can hardly be called a thing at all. No matter how hard we thought, we still had no idea what exactly she used. We had to find another way. We, Knowledge World 15, tried to find anyone who could have seen these despicable people. Failed that one too. So we're just going to straight up scum save this. She passed this one. This 865 was not for that check. This is the team pool for finding the camp. Again, if you complete any of those 3 checks, any of them, 1, 2, or 3 of them, then you literally get this, the whole team. So you can hear the noise, someone leveled up, that little ding noise that happened. See that? But again, only one person got XP for the skill check. And that can't happen. I want her to level up, and she's, again, a stone's throw away from it. Making both of her checks could probably put her either over the top or real close to it. So we're just going to scum save this one. Again, I allow myself 3 tries. That's try 1. Press F8. Remember, I quick save just before we, or just after we buff, but just before we left the world map. Okay, so the same thing. So try an Arcana. There we go. That's at least 1. We easily realized that the spell Kalana used to flee had a small range, no further than 600 feet. We checked our surroundings in this range and quickly found the place she teleported to, as well as a trail leading from there. Inspired by our success, now let's roll 15. Let's hope she gets this one. Notice that she's at a +8 now, by the way. Remember that buff that we just put on ourselves, the guidance spell. A, it only lasts for a minute, and B, the minute, literally the very first check you do, whether you succeed or not, it falls off you. So it's a one and done spell. So she was at +9 before, now she's at +8. So she has to get a 7 or greater. So again, the game's not broken, nothing bad happened, it's doing what was intended. Knowledge World 15. Tried to find anyone who could have seen these despicable people. And she passed that one too. Okay, we're going to take this one regardless. This wilderness only seems deserted at first glance. Wandering around the area, we met a few mushroom gatherers and hunters who told us where they'd seen our quarry. We hadn't discovered the exact position of their camp, but we were closing in. After this, we go on Nature 15, and she has her bonus still on her. She has not done a check yet. See that? So she's still at +9 like she should be. It's normally +8, but because guidance is on her, she's at +9. So she only needs a 5 or greater, so she's got a pretty good chance of making this. Let's see. After this, without searching for other ways to simplify our work, we followed the trail of the Technic League. Ah, she failed it. Really? What did she roll? She rolled a 4. Really right underneath it. Ah, boo. But we're going to take that. I think we're going to take that. Well, actually, we're not going to take that because we didn't get the bonus XP, the big pool of XP for everybody. So, scum save number 3. This is it. She needs to pass that nature check. That's not good. Alright. That was a shame too, because that was nice. Let's do the Knowledge Arcana. Failed. World. Succeeded. Nature. Yeah, there it is. That's the 864 we needed. So we have to make that last check to get that last big pool of XP. Okay. Sometimes you'll notice, by the way, when you see multiple checks like that, if you do one, sometimes the check becomes lower for the other ones. So you increase your odds, if you will. Like every little bit helps kind of thing. And that's actually extremely nice. Now she passed one of her checks. So again, she was at the last time like 1600 or some such. So now she's at 1790. So she got a decent amount of XP for making that one and only check of hers. She made her check, obviously. We're going to level her up. Now this is Eliza. I'm going to have her on paper. Where is that, Eliza? Oh. Yeah, this is our monk dip. So we want to go monk. Traditional monk. Now I want you to see this because it's important. Where is it at? Fortitude, will, reflexes. See the stuff that's darkened versus the one that's lighter in color? That means that for this one level of monk, we are affecting fortitude and reflex. But if you go for traditional monk, see how it's fortitude, will, and reflexes, and it's a decent increase, right? So again, it was +6. By going this way, it's +8. Other than that, it's the same exact monk everything. Since we're only dipping one level into it, this is the way to go. Traditional monk. Now, obviously, if you're a charisma-based caster, like an Altered Scion or a Sorcerer or a Bard, Scaled Fist is the one you want because that one, your armor class keys off of charisma. She's not a charisma person. So she's traditional monk because she's wisdom. Sensei could have worked, so could have monk for armor class. But notice something about Sensei. Not only is it the same penalties here, but it also has other weirder stuff associated with it. Like it doesn't get flurry of blows, and that's just a straight up no-no. We want that flurry of blows. She uses a monk weapon. Her fists, a quarterstaff, nunchaku, sai, or kama are the only ones I think that are available in the game. of those 5, if she has any of those equipped, she does an extra attack around, and that's amazing for her, especially at level 2. That's why we have the Sai. So traditional monk is what we're going with. And point-wise, everything that I've got here is going to level up except for mobility goes up to a 3 as soon as we can, and then that one's done. So from here, anything that she literally is skilled in, and I almost always want to push perception up. You'll notice me on every build I try to make perception 20 as soon as possible, so almost every level perception gets a point, if not every level. From here, she's kind of our nature person, and something I love about this game is you'll see that in this little box that pops up here, you'll actually see stuff like, come on, stuff like who on the team currently. So we have Dora has a -2 to this skill. Proto-Lich is at a +1, and Harem's at a +4. So even though Harem is good at nature, he's not great. Harem is good at religion. Really good. Now I can be equal to him. I can be +9 too. So I can totally do that. But why? We have Harem on the team right now. That's good enough. But we have someone that's the best person we have for nature right now is her, Eliza. So that's what we're going to do. Eventually, both of these will get to 20, so don't worry. But for the time being, since Harem is basically pinch hitting, so to speak, for our low religion, we're going to let him run that. And again, we're not amazing at this one, and our heavy shield and scale mail is weighing us down. Obviously, if you need to do an athletics check and you're not in combat, you strip damn near naked and then you do the check. Same with mobility, same with stealth. Not trickery, but 3 of these 4 get impeded if you're wearing heavy armor and using a shield, obviously, or if you're heavily encumbered as well. So you basically want to take your gear off, do the check, put the gear back on. It's just annoying, but it's what it is. From here, her level 2 ability, we're going to go with Crane Style. Now, I did not need dodge to get this, even though it says here, prerequisites are dodge, improved unarmed strike, and monk level 1, or a base attack bonus of 2, which she does not have. She is monk level 1 though. She gets an improved unarmed strike for being a monk, so that's free, and she had it already anyway because of her deity, but she didn't need to go that way. Point is I didn't need dodge. This is the rare cases where the prerequisites don't matter for this one. You don't need dodge if you're grabbing it as a monk ability here. Not up here. Here. This is our free feat, and as you can see, we get several of them. Bonus feat, but we're not getting any more though, because we're not going monk 2 on up. We're literally going monk 1 and then back to Inquisitor. So, why then did I grab dodge earlier? Because it's free armor, baby, and Crane Style is not the only feat we're going to grab. We're going to get Crane Riposte and Crane Wing later, and they also require that you have dodge. So we did need it, just not right now. So if you really wanted to shuffle stuff around, this is something you could have delayed a little bit. I wouldn't have, and as you see, but again, on you. But this will allow her to fight defensively, for those of you that don't know. She can fight defensively. It says that you have to have a spare hand free, which is, I think, bullshit. Unless they've patched that out, you can fight with a shield and still do Crane Style, which is totally weird. But it's extra armor. And notice when you fight defensively, you get an armor bonus because you're fighting defensively, but you get a penalty to your swing because, again, you're fighting defensively. Normally that penalty is -4. That's huge. This takes it down to a -2. That still sucks, but it's way better than it was. And when we get another Crane ability, I want to say is it Crane Wing or Crane Riposte? I want to say it's Crane Riposte, the third one, that takes it down from a -2 now to a -1. And that's totally doable. I'll happily take a -1 to my swing to get +4 armor. So, worth. And again, if you ever want to have a tanky build, Crane Style, Crane Wing, Crane Riposte are amazing. And of course, dodge, too, are amazing, especially on a dex-based character. Now, just want to make sure that she has what she needs now. Notice she's not getting her flurry of blows. Why is she not getting her? Did I mess this up already? Oh, please tell me I didn't do something stupid. Traditional monk. Oh, it's because she's wearing her armor. Right? Bet you that's what it is. There we go. Now the question is can I put the shield back on? Nope. Okay, so she can't flurry of blows with a shield. Notice her armor is that other +4 armor class. That's coming from her wisdom. When she gets to level 4, we'll put 1 point in here. Straight away, she'll be up to a +5. That'll go up. This will go up. Again, notice flat-footed takes that away. So she gets screwed for there. Or sorry, not for that. For your dexterity bonus. There we go. Your dexterity bonus. But she still gets to keep her monk bonus. So she's flat-footed is still going to be pretty good. And then we're going to max out her wisdom stat. So we're doing really good for ourselves when it comes to armor for her. Again, this is not the best. The fact she gets 2 attacks around is amazing. But if I put her armor back on and give her her shield, you can see she's still at better armor. Having said that, watch this. Do that and give her... I don't have any purchased, but she has the ability to cast the spell. Mage Armor. She could cast that on anybody, as you can see from the spell's description. One friendly creature. That includes her or anyone on the team. If she casts it on her, now that she's not wearing any armor, she'll give her a +4. So she'll be up to 21 here, 19 here. This will still be 17. That's still better than what she was here. 20, 18, 13. So she'll be better here and definitely be better there by doing this and having her give her mage armor. That's what we're doing. And extra attack? Yes, please. So again, we're planning for this. The team of 3 is important. Get straight. And I do love the fact that you do perception checks, by the way, as you travel through the overlying map. Stuff that you haven't seen or have been to or hasn't been marked on your map by, say, another adventurer that says, oh, he's over here. That's how this showed up and we knew it was over here. Same with the technically. We know that it's over there because we followed them out of that little excursion there. So you can find things by getting to the area. Just because you don't find it on the first pass doesn't mean that once you level up or take new teammates, you won't see it later. So let's go into this abandoned hut. Now, I have a spell on her that buffs her armor class for only 1 minute. Better than this ring. So I'm actually going to take the ring off and give this ring to Harem, because he can use it. He also has that spell, but he doesn't need to use it right now. We like to keep his spells for healing if we can. Ah, our nymph friend, the guardian of the blooms here. You are here. Please follow me. As soon as I pick up this herb, I will.
In due time.
Little drama from the past. This is basically a story between these 2 characters, the son and the father. The father is a druid who is apparently an a-hole, and the son is basically a letdown. And he's literally burning his son with acid splash. The total D-bag that he is. He tortures this kid apparently for a long time. The kid decides to rise up and take out his dad, so to speak. We'll come to find out in this entire map that those 2 guys are, the son is the Stag Lord, and his father is a druid that's causing this stupid ass fog effect that's preventing us from finding the Stag Lord. He basically imprisoned his father and is using his magics to run, being the Stag Lord and keeping everyone in check. Now, if we come down here, pause it, see that we have a fight on our hands. Now, remember what we said about her spell? We definitely want to give it to her.
Yes.
Harem can buff us. And that's a nice 2-minute buff for us now. She has armor.
I will not
if you look at the character sheet or inventory, you'll see that her armor is definitely moving in the right direction. A nice solid 20. And she still gets her 2 attacks with her kick-ass +1 psi. And we're not done yet. She has this spell. It doesn't last long. That's a deflection bonus called Shield of Faith. Notice it starts at a +2, eventually becomes a +5 at level 18, which she will achieve, which is awesome. So she has that armor covered because deflection doesn't stack with other deflection sources. Whichever is the best is the best. So that's why I didn't need the ring on her. That's a +1 ring here. That's a deflection bonus. The spell is +2. So clearly it would be the winner, the ring would be not counted. So I might as well give the ring to someone that can use it, is my point. But you can see she's at a solid 22, 20, and 18. Already at level 2. She's got armor better than Harem, and Harem's rocking banded mail, and it has a magic ring besides. Just saying. And a heavy shield, no less. And she's not even using a heavy shield anymore. So, again, she's doing well for herself, is my point. So let's actually come on over in here.
Stand with me.
Now, fight's been engaged. Turns out we actually have 2 wolves to mess with. Okay, no problem. Proto-Lich, wolf, and then the other wolf. So the wolf in the back is going to be the next one to attack. Doesn't matter because they're both going to attack back to back. So Proto-Lich, we want to have her just straight up shoot stuff. So do we want to have her use the crossbow, which is okay and reasonably accurate for her, or do we use something that does touch attack so that it's more likely to land? Still missed. And that's with it being flat-footed with a +5. She needed a 5 or better. Man, that's a bad roll.
I still got it.
Oh.
How
Okay,
could
well,
this
that just happened.
happen?
Here, get over here. Do your thing. Eliza. You need some cover. Extra pet. There we go. That's her summons. Proto-Lich, we need to take a 5-step back so we're not close enough. We want to step away from the wolf so that the wolf doesn't have the opportunity to attack us while we're casting their spell. Okay, at least it hit this time. Here,
Your life ebbs low.
Eliza. Yeah, let's have her attack. For a full attack, she should be able to attack twice.
Strike as one. Ha!
Very nice. Alright, puppy. Proto-Lich. Do your thing.
Out of my way!
Hey, we'll take that damage. Thank God they don't go after my dead corpse, because if they really crushed my skull, I'd be dead.
Become as dust.
Do not hold back.
I'll get back up now. I was just napping. I probably need to shuffle teammates around because she needs to be up front, obviously. Okay, that's a
I was
Nugra's old
successful
notes.
in my search.
And a coin that we'll sell at chapter 2 that'll be worth like 500 to 600 gold
I
pieces.
do what I must.
It's not bad. I'm clearly
It's
wounded
time
though.
to act.
Oh, another cutscene. Now this is again how you see the Stag Lord come to power. So he basically gets his big boy pants on and comes home and kicks Dad's ass and imprisons his butt. So he literally tortures him in the same way too. So he like spills acid on his hands. He's just a general jackass. But I mean, and I'm not defending the behavior, but it's one of those where you can kind of understand what the kid was going through. You tortured me, now it's my turn. Still sucks, but it's one of those where this is why you almost feel bad for the Stag Lord. Not so much that I'm going to let the doofus live. I'm just saying that this is the backdropping for the story, or at least for this part of the story.
I'm off.
Hold on, so where the rest of you get your button gear? He definitely needs to drink a potion though. Thank God they give us so many of these things. Potions really make it so much easier. And I always see people that play this game and they hoard their potions, like they'll have like a treasure chest of like 500 potions. Just like, dude, seriously? What are you doing, man? Guardian of the Bloom
I
again?
have been waiting for you. The flowers, birds, and wind told me you would come. Oh, my poor flowers. They will perish before long in this bog.
Seems that only you can see or hear the nymph.
Speaking to the gods is best done in private. I can look away if need be.
Tell me what to do next.
Search the area around the hut. Try to find anything that remained of the druid who lived here. I am sure the fog is his doing. This suffocating veil is as vicious as his nature. We should learn more about the fog and the ritual through which it was created. Return to me if you find anything. The past may hide the answers that shape the future.
Tell me about yourself. I would like to know more about my ally.
Do you really wish to know? Fine. I'll tell you a fairy tale. Once upon a time, there lived a young nymph. She lived in an enchanted forest, where 1,000 birds sung day and night, where the sun often left a spark or two hanging in the tree crowns, and where the starlight fell on sleepy glades like a glowing soft haze. The young nymph loved simple things, like sitting by the stream with her friends, braiding each other's hair and adorning their braids with crystals made of dew, or watching the flowers blooming. But inside her soul, the young nymph dreamed of something more. Oh, dreams. Nothing in any world can live without them. Even a seed that falls in fertile soil cannot sprout without the dream of the sun. The same was true for our nymph. She wished to turn her enchanted forest into a true fairy tale kingdom and fill it with thousands of wonders. But plans so ambitious rarely go unnoticed by greater powers.
New notes creeping to the aroma of the forest and meadow. Now you smell a storm coming.
Those greater powers decided to punish the nymph for her boldness. They sent a horrible monster to poison the enchanted forest and kill the singing birds. The nymph was forced to flee, and finally she found shelter here in the stolen lands. Here she hoped to sprout the seeds of a new dream, even as she mourned the dream she'd lost. But then the magic mist appeared, killing everything that lived. And the nymph cast about, desperately searching for help. So far, these are the fairy tale's final words. But I hope this is not the end just yet.
Would you be willing to share the details of your story about these evil powers, the enchanted forest, the monster?
One day, perhaps. Perhaps I will tell you more. But it doesn't matter now. We need to concentrate on the problems at our doorstep. The Stag Lord, the Druid, the Mist.
I had a strange vision, a young man and an old druid who tortured him. Then they exchanged roles.
Yes, yes. The soil, water, and stones here are infused with toxic pain and fear. They poison this place as we speak. You have seen where your enemy's journey began. The one called Stag Lord was once the victim of a cruel madman, and has since become one himself. You see now how monsters are born. But what comes of regret for a thing you cannot change? There is no time to be lost. We must do away with the fog quickly.
I should point out, by the way, for those that are not fan of using the mouse because it is inaccurate, you can slip and accidentally click the wrong thing. You can use your keyboard. 1 through 5 would work for 1 through 5 here. So literally, if I press 5 on the keyboard, it'll say, "I'll return later, farewell."
I will be waiting.
For those of you that were interested.
I'm there.
So she wants us to still check out the area. Let's see, we got some more stuff.
That is quite a discovery.
Please, that's a perception check to get that. Token of the Dryad, that'll be something that we can
It's
sell
too
again in
tall.
chapter 2 for some serious coin. A wooden house, time-worn and apparently deserted.
There's something here.
A stone altar is decorated with an eroded foliage pattern and symbols of green faith. We got here, we got Nugra's lost note.
You come again. Did you find something?
I found the druid's notes. They mention a temple of the elk. Can this help us?
An ancient temple. The temple of the Stag God. Yes, yes, that must be it. The place of power where the druid created the fog. Perhaps we'll be able to cleanse it from there. The temple hides in the thicket not far from here. You'll need to go there and purge the place of whatever evil still lingers there, summoned by the druid's sinister ritual. Take care. You are my only hope.
That's a little chunk of XP for everybody. I have a clear goal now. I'll continue my journey. Now, we could leave the area, but we're not done with the area.
Follow if you dare.
So if you actually see, right over here is going to be a dog. Now, remember I said that if you're not in combat, but you do a summons to an area, maybe you don't remember, you do a summons to the area, which would engage enemy, or a spell, like these AoE spell, for example, like let's say I know there's a dog or a wolf right here. If I cast this spell not on the dog or the wolf, but in the area, and it affects them, combat starts. But this person has lost their attack for that first round of combat. Because they attacked, that's only fair. So again, I'm going to summon a wolf or a dog, show you what I'm talking about. There you go. So that's our guy. That should have triggered it. I don't know why that didn't. So it might not work like I'm intending it to. But here's Hiram, and we are ready to have him do what? Charge? No. Let's have him come in over here. Help the dog out. Try to flank the wolf, so we get a flanking bonus for attacking. Dora, you've been kind of taking it on the chin. Why don't you chill? Pop us off a blessed ring. Give everybody on the team a nice +1 to their swing. We'll move a little closer, but not so close that the wolf engages us. Proto-Lich, you're on Acid Splash.
Run them through!
Nice. And just so we can see the armor of the doofus. Flat-footed, he's 10. Which is not bad, because he could have, oh, the dexterity is missing. I'm about to say, he could have a high dexterity, but flat-footed, let's get his dexterity bonus. Liza on the other hand. Now, the question is what will she do? Because it didn't engage like I wanted it to, she does get her attack. So I guess we're just going to go forward and stabby stab. She only gets 1 because she didn't do her full attack. She had to move to get to the guy. I think you can do a full attack if you only move 5 feet. So if you do a 5-foot step to get within range and then attack, still works.
Your
life damage for our team, though. Nice work, team.
I'm there.
Now we're gonna skin the wolf. Notice that is a nature check, and that's money that we can sell those pelts later. That's about all they're really good for.
Do what I
Notice that we have these weird-looking herbs on the ground. The ground near the chest is covered with culinary herbs. They dried out long ago. Open the chest, nothing in it, and you're like, well, boo. Well, if you read the notes from Nugra. This gives you a little bit of backstory. I have to gather forest herbs and make a hiding place. Hide my charms. He is a coward, but he can steal and run away. I will punch it out of him. So basically, I'm hiding the charms in the herb cache. I probably should not. I will not be able to escape. He will not let me. Basically, it's letting you know that his story, how he basically had the Stag Lord turn on him, went to the old temple, yeah. So with this information, it basically gives you the clues that you need to activate the herb cache. So what you do is you take an herb. Where are they? Only 1. So split them first. If you have more than 1, obviously. Put 1 inside here. Close it. Magically takes the herb and gives you his goodies. Now that only works, I think, like 2 or 3 times in this game, so I've yet to see it work more than that. So if there's more than the couple that I'm going to show you, feel free to tell us, but I have yet to see it. Now here's a nice short sword +1 for her. Remember, she is a Eldritch Scoundrel, so she has sneak attack damage coming. Not yet, but she's getting there. She's ready to ding any second now. And with that, she'll be able, level 3, I want to say, to do sneak attack damage. We can do that with ranged weapons, and we can also do it with melee weapons. But we're going to turn her into a dual wielder. And the reason for that is so that she can literally do multiple attacks and multiple sneak attacks in the same combat round. That's going to be money. We could still have her do range for the time being to keep herself safe, though. else we got here? Master longbow. I'm just checking the gear because we haven't been paying attention as we've been picking stuff up. I will give her a potion of Shield of Faith. This is a deflection bonus, just like that spell that I cast on her a while ago. It's now already fallen off. That's what this is in a bottle. Only lasts for 1 minute, but it's a 2 armor class bump. So in case she really needs it, she can chug it and continue on her merry. So that's not bad. Matter of fact, let's give her a Vanish potion as well. She can dip and dodge out of combat as needed.
I'm off.
Now with turn-based combat, people have said that Sword Saints, Magi in particular, can excel, and it's because of those extra combat feats that they get in a combat round. Casting a spell and attacking is amazing. Now, having said that, there's a couple other tricks that I've seen on pen and paper back in the day. One of which was we allowed a character to attack, for instance, with just a regular weapon swing. Okay, you swing your sword, poof, done. Well, they have a swift action and a move action. Well, a swift action, I think you could chug a potion. So you could, in theory, attack with your weapon, chug a Vanish potion, and now you're invisible. That doesn't mean they can't attack you. They know where you are, but they're at a penalty to their swing against you. So if that still works, that's something we can employ for some great effect. Now you'll see that we just unlocked Temple of the Elk. This is where we're going next. But we've been going for, I haven't been paying attention, a decent amount of time. So I'm going to break the video up here. I'm not going anywhere. We're just shutting the video down, starting a new video right after, and going to continue on for another hour or so. And the reason for that is because I can't guarantee that my computer will record more than an hour, hour and a half stretch at a time. So I'll be right back.